Hare Krishna. You can hear me, right?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So, we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavatam. So, last week we had the overview session of Srimad Mahabharatam. So, which actually the story of Pandavas and Kauravas, how Krishna is very affectionate to his devotees. Hmm? So, basically, why we narrated the Srimad Bhagavatam is it is to now, like there are some pastimes, there are some instances in Srimad Bhagavatam where Mahabharata, knowledge of Mahabharata is required. So that's why I just gave an overview of what it is. So in the previous sessions we discussed about wait. So in the previous session we discussed about the Narada Muni's life. Okay. So one time Narada Muni visited Vasudeva and he actually chastised Vasudeva for writing Mahabharata and Vedas and all the Itihasas because they stress on the karma kanda principle. Means you do this, you get heaven. You do this, you get good health. You do this like that. Means like it's a kind of only for the sake of sense gratification. And in order to stress the aspect of bhakti, Narada Muni narrates his own lifetime. Narada Muni actually he says about his past life, how he was son of maid servant. Due to association of Bhakti Vedantas, he actually gets the mercy of their remnants. Means they eat the foodstuff remain given by the devotees. Then he gains the knowledge. He also hears them. He gains the knowledge of the process of Bhakti Yoga. And finally, one day what happens? His mother, like now, though he was only with his mother, right? He has only his mother in this world. So one time what happened? His mother was bitten by a snake and she passes away. And Nardamuni took as an opportunity of as a blessing of Krishna because it is a great setback in life. See, a small boy with only his mother to support him. For him to lose his mother is the greatest setback. The other person might be depressed and devastated, but because this Narada boy, he had this knowledge of Krishna consciousness, what is permanent, what is temporary, hmm? how like now we are all part and parcel of Krishna, and goal of human form of life is to get back to Krishna. He then took his mother's death as the blessing of Lord. So so he left the land. He just traveled towards the east. Okay, sorry, traveled towards the north. Hmm? So he started to enjoy jungles and finally he reached the forest. He actually drank some water and then sat for meditation under the tree. Immediately he actually had a darshan of Lord Vishnu in his heart for a moment. See, Lord's form is very beautiful and very enchanting that anybody who have darshan will be totally uh, get attracted to that form. Like if somebody enjoying the finest food stuff, they don't get attracted to the cheap junk food. Somebody who actually tasted the nectar, actual nectar, means amruta, will not be attracted to any other thing, any other drinks. The same way, somebody who actually gets attracted to the Lord's form, his original pure heart, if he is able to see Lord's form, because Lord's form is always beautiful. If you see Radha Gopijan all over here, he is very beautiful, but it won't affect our heart because our heart has lot of contamination. So, but when our heart is pure of all the contaminations, then anything spiritual, even hearing the name of Krishna just once, it will actually uh, gives greatest pleasure. So that Rupa Goswami says he needs thousands of tongues and thousands of and tens and thousands of years to chant and hear the holy name of Krishna. That was the attraction because when we chant here, we do as a part of a duty. But if you chant with attraction, with um, when you are able to taste the holy name, you will be keep on chanting the holy name of Krishna. In the same way, because Narada Muni's heart is very pure and is not contaminated, and it was purified by association of the devotees and by taking the remnants. Hmm? When he was able to see the Lord, originally actually Krishna in the form of Paramatma is within the heart of every one of us, but we are not able to perceive him because we look for pleasure outside, we don't look for pleasure within. So when Narada saw the darshan of the Lord, immediately it disappeared after some time, and he tried to get that form of see that form again and again with his endeavors, trying to meditate. But Lord says, you will not be able to see me in this lifetime. So then Narada Muni, as a boy, he actually traveled to various holy places and finally gave up his body in one day, and then finally attains the body of Narada, son of Brahma. Okay? In the form of Narada, he was able to travel everywhere. You can go to Vaikuntha, you can go to Golokundan, you can go to Patal Loka, anywhere without any restriction. Hmm? And it is his eternal form. He's always he's he's in spiritual. He's not huh? He's not a Gandharva. He is a transcendental personality. Okay? So, what does Narada says after writing all these pastimes? He says, "My dear Vyasa, thus it has been directly experienced by me that best means for suffering conditioned souls to cross the ocean of nescience is to situate themselves in the ocean, in the boat of constant chanting the holy names of the Lord and pastimes of the Supreme Lord. The restraint of senses by yoga can give one temporary relief from the mental distress, but only the active service to the Supreme Lord can one attain the real satisfaction of the soul. So, what anything other than bhakti? What is bhakti? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. Means bhakti starts with Shravanam, hearing. So what is the sign that you are a devotee? You should hear regularly about Krishna Katha. That's why we stress that whatever you may be doing, at least once in a week, you have to set up a time for come together and hear the glories of Krishna. So then he says, most suitable, it is the most suitable form. एतद्यातुर चित्तानां मात्रा स्पर्शे च यामो भव सिन्धु प्लवो दृष्टो हरिचर्यानुवर्णनम्. This is the most suitable boat to cross over the mental existence. See, if you want to get out of this mental existence, what is the best thing is chanting the holy name of Krishna, chanting and hearing, chanting and hearing. So that's how, like, he gives the essence of uh, his teachings, and finally he leaves. After Narada left, then this entire Srimad Bhagavatam is a conversation between Shaunaka Rishi and the sages of Naimisharanya, right? So the Shaunaka Rishi asks, Shukadeva Goswami and Shaunakadi Rishis, okay? Not Shukadeva Goswami, Suta Goswami. And so, Shaunaka Rishi asks about what did Vyasadeva do after Narada Muni left. So after Narada Muni left, what did Vyasadeva does? He actually he sits in a lotus posture. You see here, it is Vyasadeva here. He sits and he tries to meditate on the Supreme Lord. So he sits in meditation, and then he says, Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyak Pranihite Male. So he meditates on the Supreme Lord, and he was in his meditation, he was able to see the spiritual world and the yoga Maya, Mahamaya of the Lord, and also envisions the Srimad Bhagavatam also. Okay. So basically, if you then he starts writing Srimad Bhagavatam, and here Suta Goswami he narrates the glories of Bhakti Yoga. Anartopasham Sakshat Bhakti Yogena Bhakti Yogam Adokshage Lokasya Nato Vidvams Chakre Satvita Samhatam. So Yasyam Vaisroyamananam Krishna Paramapurushe Bhaktirutpadayate Pumsam Shoka Moha Bhayadaya means performing bhakti is a solution for all the sufferings. Okay, and then the sages also ask about Sukadeva Goswami. You saw Sukadeva Goswami, right? He was the son of Vyasadeva. We left the. Hope you are able to remember that. So. Okay. So even the greatest of the Atmaramas, who are actually Brahman realized, they actually relish Srimad Bhagavatam. So basically, the conclusion from Narada Muni, conclusion from Vyasdeva, conclusion from Suta Goswami is one should regularly hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So, in order to come back to the instance, like how Srimad Bhagavatam what has come forth, it leads to the aspect of birth of Parikshit Maharaj. So, like in the last week, we discussed about the background story of background story in from Mahabharata, right? Like from Mahabharata, from how it started, and then after the Kurukshetra war, after the Kurukshetra war is over, Pandavas become victorious after. Pandavas think that they are victorious after defeating Duryodhana. Duryodhana's legs were broken after the end of Kurukshetra war, and he was lying on the battlefield. At that point of time, Ashvattama and a few other Kuru warriors, they go to meet Duryodhana. Duryodhana was in a very pitiable condition. His thighs are broken and he is in the verge of death. So when Ashvattama goes to meet him, Duryodhana, what did Duryodhana do? He actually see right now you are still alive. I am now making you the commander in chief of my army. So now you take the full responsibility, and on my behalf, you kill the Pandavas. So Ashwathama goes to Duryodhana and asks, what is the benediction that I can do? And Duryodhana says, I will make you commander in chief and you destroy the Pandavas. So, and after defeating Duryodhana, then Pandavas thought, okay, war is over now because the king on the other side fell off. There is no one else to fight now. So they are about to go to bed in their tent. But Krishna, what does he do? He said, no, don't sleep in this tent today. You have to, you won the, you are the, you defeated Duryodhana and you won the battle. So you have to sleep in the enemy camp. So he actually takes them to the enemy camp. And when Krishna takes Pandavas to the enemy camp, Upapandavas, who are the 5 sons of Draupadi, they actually come and sleep in the places of Pandavas. So in the night, what does he do? Ashwattama, he actually thinking how to kill Pandavas. They are so powerful. I cannot go and directly face them, meet them face to face. Ashwattama, Kripacharya, and one more warrior. They were sitting in the forest. They were lying down underneath the tree. So Ashwattama was looking at the tree and then thinking how to kill the Pandavas. So at that point of time, one owl comes from nowhere. What is all can see the in the night time, right? So on the tree there are so many bird nests, like crows and different birds. They are there. They have the nest in that. So this owl going after one nest to another nest. They actually going and killing all the birds. Killed all the birds in the tree. And because the other birds they cannot see in the night time, so they are helpless. So this owl keep on killing all the birds on the other camp, the and in the entire tree. So looking at this, Ashwadama got an idea. So I may not be able to kill the Pandavas in the daytime, but if I quietly go in the middle of the night and then kill the Pandavas in the night, my purpose will be achieved. So he thinks like that, and he goes to the enemy camp. So he says to Kripacharya to watch the entrance, and he sneakingly enters into the tents of all the warriors, and he started killing one after another. Because in the sleep, when they are sleeping, no, he immediately catches the mouth and then immediately cut his throat. So there is no point that they cannot make any noise also. So like that, Ashwadama kills all the warriors on the Pandava side, and all the warriors on the Kauravas are already dead. Hmm. So like that, when he finally enters into the tent of the Pandavas, he thinks that these are the Pandavas. It is dark, right? Night time. So he killed all the Upa Pandavas, thinking that they are Pandavas. So and he not only kills them, he cuts off their heads, and then takes the heads to Duryodhana and and shows to Duryodhana. And Duryodhana's thighs are broken, but his hands are still he's able to move. So he catches the heads of the Upa Pandavas, these the sons of the Pandavas, and they are soft, like they are just boys in their 20s. So their faces are soft. He said, hey, these are not Pandavas. No, I can see they are very soft. Then they bring the light and see that they are not Pandavas, they are Upa Pandavas. And Duryodhana becomes very upset. Oh my, we already lost everyone from our side, all the sons and all the soldiers, all the fathers, sons and grandsons. Everybody is lost on the side of Duryodhana. Now you killed all the sons of Pandavas also. Now our lineage is totally gone. Pandavas, but his enmity is towards the Pandavas. He has hatred towards the Pandavas, not towards the Pandavas. So he disapposes. You did a mistake like that. He is this, and then finally Duryodhana also dies. So next day morning, what happens? The everybody comes to the tent of the Pandavas to wake them. Huh? So they see their heads are cut off, and they started lamenting. And finally, Pandavas also comes from other tent, Duryodhana's tent to their camp, and they came to know that every warrior in their camp is killed, and their sons, their 5 sons, are also killed. So then they think that who did this? Only person who is alive on the other side is Ashvattama, Kripacharya, and Satyaki. No, Satyaki. Uh, so yeah, one more person. Okay, only these three are remaining. Among them, only Ashwatthama can do such a heinous job. Like that, they thought. Okay, no, that's okay. Leave it. Don't, no need. Okay. So now they conclude that Ashwatthama is the person who killed all the soldiers and all the Pandavas. And looking at the lamentation of Draupadi, Arjuna becomes disheartened because Draupadi's only joy in their life is their sons. Like for a mother's son are very dear, right? So she lost all her sons, and Ashwattama killed all the sons. So Arjuna tells Draupadi that no, you go and take bath, and I will go wherever Ashwattama is. I will kill him and bring his head. You can stand on his head and take bath. Like that he says, means just was a revengeful move. No? So, uh, so Krishna and Arjuna they set out to get Ashwattama. So Krishna being Paramatma, he knows where Ashwattama is running. So Krishna chases Ashwattama. Ashwattama sees his horses are tired and they are not able to run anymore. And he was overcome by so much of fear. So what does Ashwattama do? He immediately throws Brahmastra on Arjuna. So Brahmastra, like no, Dronacharya gives Brahmastra to only these two personalities among his disciples, Dronacharya, Ashwattama, and Arjuna. Even though Arjuna was the only one person qualified to have Brahmastra, but this Ashwattama, being the son, he actually keep on insisting his father, father, give me Brahmastra, give me mantra for Brahmastra, like that. Out of fatherly affection, he gives the Brahmastra to Ashwattama, but he doesn't teach how to retract it. It is said that if you actually uh, like throw Brahmastra at one person and with the wrong purpose, then next time the Brahmastra won't come. And you will not be able to use that Brahmastra next time. So, so here what happened? Ashwattama did not know how to retract the Brahmastra back. See, sometimes you may throw Brahmastra, suddenly you realize, I did a mistake. Then you should be able to withdraw the Brahmastra also. So Arjuna knows how to throw Brahmastra and withdraw Brahmastra. But Ashwadama only know how to throw. Okay? So when Krishna and Arjuna came closer to Ashwadama out of fear, he throws Brahmastra towards Arjuna. And Arjuna, after seeing this effulgent energy or effulgent weapon coming towards him, he becomes a little bit bewildered and he asks Krishna, Krishna, what is happening? Is it the end of annihilation, universal annihilation, anything happening like that? But Krishna says, no, it is not universal annihilation. Actually, this Ashwadama threw Brahmastra, even though he doesn't know how to retract it. So then Krishna orders Arjuna, you also throw Brahmastra. So Arjuna also, with the blessings of Krishna, he throws Brahmastra also. And then both the Brahmastras start colliding, and it is causing a universal destruction. So at that point of time, Vasudeva and Narada and the same great sages comes and says, no, you cannot use Brahmastra like this. This will create the destruction of entire universe. So now right now you withdraw both your weapons. So Arjuna says okay, and then he withdraws his Brahmastra. And he asks Ashwattama, withdraw your Brahmastra. Ashwattama says, I don't know how to withdraw his Brahmastra. And if you don't know, why did you use it? Then with Krishna's blessing, Arjuna withdraws the Brahmastra. Okay? So, and finally, Krishna and Arjuna captures Ashwattama and brings him in front of Draupadi. And Draupadi, who was lamenting for the sons of his, Arjuna withdrew it. Ashwattama Brahmastra also. So now, like Arjuna brings Ashwattama in front of Draupadi. Draupadi was lamenting when he saw Ashwattama. He still is overcome by compassion towards Ashwattama because Ashwattama was the only son of Rupi. Rupi was the wife of Dronacharya. So, and only reason she did not perform Sati Sagaman along with her husband is because of her son living. So, and Draupadi goes to Pandavas and says, no, no, don't kill Ashvattama, release him because he's a Brahmana, because he's the son of your martial teacher, son of your guru. Because of your guru only, you had this great skills in the war and all those things. So, no, Brahmanas can be given. Dronacharya also given the commander in chief. So, but other warriors, like no, Yudhishthir says also, okay, we should forgive him. Nakul and Sahadev, and they also agree with that. Yeah, I think that is out of like out of moment, like momentary, out of rage, you can say. So when Ashwathama was like, but Bhima doesn't agree. No, how can you forgive this Ashwathama? He killed all the innocent children. You should kill him like that. Bhima actually was not wanted to kill Ashwathama. But Krishna says to Arjuna, so Arjuna, you should satisfy your wife, and also it is you also have to withstand on truth because you told him that you will kill Ashwathama, and also you should satisfy Yudhishthira also, and you should satisfy me. Act in such a way that you will satisfy everybody. Because Krishna heard, Arjuna heard Krishna, Bhagavad Gita from Krishna, he actually knows what is the significance of this material existence. And then he says, okay, then what does he do? He shaves the head of Ashwathama. And then he removes the money from the forehead of Ashwathama. So it is like it is almost like a death because very much insulting a person greatly is as good as a death for him. So and then he drives him away. So then this Arjuna shaves him and then drives him away. And Draupadi was there only, no? This is Bhima who wanted to kill. Huh? No, he's good at Gada, but he also uses other weapons also. Krishna is stopping him. So like that, Ashwathama is punished. Okay? And we will discuss the next session in the next class. If you have any questions or comments? Is as good as killing, right? So then what happened? Let us continue the story, okay? After punishing Ashwathama, then everybody goes to take bath and perform last rite to all the five Pandava sons and all the relatives. And then Krishna consoles everybody, everybody is there. And then like consoles Kunti Maharani, consoles Draupadi, consoles Subhadra. And finally, he is about to leave for Dwaraka. The Gandhar and Dhritarashtra are living at that. They are living in the Pandavas house only. So at that point of time, Uttara suddenly feels some distress. As a mother, she can see Uttara. Uttara was the wife of Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu was the son of Arjuna. Yeah. So Uttara was carrying Abhimanyu in her womb right now. Sorry, Uttara was carrying Parikshit, Abhimanyu's son, in her womb. So at Ashwathama, after going out, he still becomes overpowered by anger. He takes a Brahmastra and he comes to know that there is Uttara is carrying the last higher, we call them the progeny of the Pandavas. So, in order to eliminate, yes, he was angry. Pandavas forgave him and then minimized his punishment. Instead of killing him, they shaved his head and they took removed the jewel from his forehead and then they sent him away. But still, he was still angry. In order to destroy the last son, last descendant of Pandus, he actually throws another Brahmastra towards the womb of Uttara to kill a child in the womb of Uttara. So when the Brahmastra is coming towards the womb of Uttara, Uttara can realize that some great weapon is coming to kill her baby in the womb. So she, even though all the powerful warriors like Arjuna, Yudhishthira, Bhima, everybody was present, she directly opposed Krishna because she know only Krishna can help her. So she went and prays to Krishna, Pahi Pahi Mahabahu. Like that, she asked for some prayers. So as soon as Uttara goes and takes shelter of Krishna, Krishna realizes that what is the danger. Krishna sees, knows what is happening, and Krishna closes his eyes and he says, Ashvattama has threw a Brahmastra to kill the baby in his womb. So what happened now is uh, the Brahmastra came and already started burning the body of the Parikshit, the baby who was in Uttara's womb. But still, Krishna went inside the womb in the form of like thumb-sized form, and then he contracted Brahmastra, and he absorbed the energy. He actually contracted the Brahmastra and nullified it, and revived the baby in the womb. Because Brahmastra is a very powerful weapon, right? He was actually acting on that baby. So, and finally, everybody is pacified. Now, the Parikshit was saved, okay? So then Parikshit takes birth after, uh, after this incident happened, after some time, Parikshit takes birth, okay? So those are the pastimes, how the Pandavas, even though they won the Kurukshetra war, they have to go through some after effects of the war, and finally, due to they finally they are able to catch Ashwattama and punish him.
There was an elephant called Ashvattama that died. Somebody said Ashvattama.
That is in Kurukshetra war.
Oh, that is.
Kurukshetra war. Actually, when Dronacharya was fighting, they were not able to kill Dronacharya. Dronacharya has benediction that nobody will be able to defeat him. Defeat him in the sense like out of respect. No? He was very powerful. In order to kill Dronacharya, like Arjuna only can kill Dronacharya, but Arjuna will never kill Dronacharya because of his out of his respect. And Drupada's son, Drishtadyumna, he is born to kill Dronacharya, but still he doesn't have that much power. So for that to happen, Dronacharya has to stop fighting in order for him to be killed. So then the Pandavas, Krishna says, this person Dronacharya is very much attached to his son Ashwattama. When he hears so unless he keeps the bow aside, you cannot kill him. So then what they do? Krishna says to Yudhishthira Maharaj, you shout that Ashwattama is killed. Well, then Yudhishthira says, no, I cannot tell lies because Ashwattama. So no, then there is an elephant named Ashvattama. Bhima goes and kills that elephant. Then you say Ashvattama is killed. So then Bhima goes and kills the elephant named Ashvattama. And Bhima starts loudly shouting, Ashvattama is killed, Ashvattama is killed. But Dronacharya knows that Bhima is very not treacherous. He lies often. So in order to confirm that news, Hare Krishna. You can close after. I'll close, okay, don't worry. Leave it. No, छोड़ दो. I will do, Prabhu, I will close. So he says, he goes to Ashwattama, Bhima goes to, then Drona goes to Yudhishthira and says, Yudhishthira, is it true that Ashwattama is killed? Then Yudhishthira says, Ashwattama hatha. Then he says, Kunjara in a mild voice. So then Dronacharya becomes very much depressed and then keeps his bow and arrow aside. Then when he keeps bow and arrow aside, then and he was in meditation. Then Drishadhyumna takes a sword and chops off the head of Dronacharya. That is the story. Okay. Any more questions? So this is how Parikshit Maharaj is saved by Krishna. Okay.
Then you will be going through, like starting with 1, 1, 1 like that, or you will you know what I'm saying?
Story by story, yeah.
One by one shloka.
No, not shloka. It's shloka. The 24,000 shlokas. Our lifespan will be finished up. So we'll be going chapter by chapter, topic by topic. Okay, not chapter by chapter. Some topics covers multiple chapters. For example, Nagmuni's lifespan. What? Bhagavatam already started. Hare Krishna. Thank you all. Online, anybody have any questions?
No, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.